Welcome back to another episode of Talk 21. It's your host, Sam Genova, alongside.
Hi, I'm David Vitti. Welcome back.
Why do you look upset, Dave?
I'm not.
Oh, okay, good.
It's just my face.
He's very serious.
It's just my face.
Dave and I, before the show, we were talking about Volvos. I love Volvos, but they don't, it's not as popular as they used to be.
I don't know.
I mean, they've got a really good safety rating. People love them. People buy them for their family vehicles for that
But
particular
how
reason.
often do you see it on the road?
I don't know, quite a bit. I mean, there may be not
It's like
you
a
don't see as
Jaguar.
many as a
what?
BMW or
Jaguar.
Mercedes, but
Yeah, maybe. I just know that I just like the fact that nobody steals them.
oh, there you go. There's another
They're
one.
sitting on my driveway. Nobody steals them.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
guess they haven't cracked the method and way of doing it, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Sam, you've been into vehicles a long time. And Volvo, obviously, they have a really high safety rating.
Yeah.
How come you never invested into a Volvo? You just don't like the design, or?
No, actually, I really like Dave's truck, the XC90. It's really. Sorry, I don't know if you wanted everybody to know.
No,
but,
that's all good.
It is a very nice. I've always liked the 90. I just
You're more of a BMW fan.
yeah, I've always kind of liked BMWs. But I mean, I like the Japanese as well. They're very well, well built and
What about
last like
Korean? Hyundais, the Kias?
that. Not so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a Hyundai. It's an absolute amazing car.
No, they've come a long way, but so for those who don't know, before I got into real estate, I was in the car business, and Hyundais and Kias and all that stuff. They weren't very good. They weren't
Well,
very
Kia didn't exist when you were in the.
They did. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. There was those Kias. They weren't very.
The only thing I know about cars is they're so expensive and they're such a waste of money.
Listen,
Crazy expensive.
Like
Over-
the
just like
worst asset you
investment,
can
yeah.
have. Unfortunately, we need them. We
Yeah.
need to go on appointments and look half decent. But my God, what a waste of money!
Crazy.
they went up
Wait.
so much
Crazy.
in COVID. It was unbelievable. Like
But now-
these dealers were making a mint,
But they're slowing down now. I feel like things
they are. But prices are coming down. But they're still like $40,000. A used car, you could have bought a nice used car, a couple years old. Very nice luxury. $40,000 now gets you like 2015,
I
2016.
heard.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that like a pickup truck, which is totally jammed, looks like exactly like a car. They're over 100,000.
Yeah.
Well, because there's so necessity for businesses.
Dude,
No, I don't even think it's about that. It's just some people I know. Just it's a
it's a
what
chassis
they
on a
want.
frame, man.
And they
I
no, but
know
it's
what it is,
it's
trust
full luxury though, like full panoramic sunroofs, air conditioned seats, and all this jazzy stuff. But there's a box in the back, which I thought was more of a work truck, but now it's become a luxury vehicle. Like some people are driving around with these Ram.
My dad has a cargo. You know the cargo vans. Okay. Now, if you can find it, because there's a delay on those.
Nobody makes them
it's-
anymore.
They start, I think, at like 65
Yeah, it's crazy.
For a shell,
for a shell for
Like
an
a
engine
panel van.
and
two
and a shell.
seats and a shell.
That's
pretty
it.
much.
Not
Not
even 4 seats.
60,000.
If I'm not mistaken, when my dad bought
I
his
wouldn't be surprised.
7 years ago, he paid I think 52.
Wow,
It's very, very expensive,
it's just a lot of money. And then
and Americans have the market for that.
and then even to deal with any warranty, like if you're out of warranty, I feel so like it's such a expensive to fix. Like
But
everything's a
warranty's peace
mod.
of mind, man.
I know, no, but when they're out of warranty,
Oh, of course.
Like-
the next day you get car problems.
It's fine. It's
all good.
that's the big deal.
It's just a lot
You
of
just
money.
fix
So
it.
we've said words. We said warranty. We've said this. We said that. We said, but let's get into the real estate game and let's talk about what things mean. I think a lot of people like myself don't know what a lot of things mean. One of them is power of sale. What in the world does power of sale mean?
yeah, there's a lot of words used in real estate that people like. Now that the internet's there and people think they can do it all on their own, and they kind of get stumped on some of the terms like what does a power sale? Well, maybe I can get a great deal on it, and maybe I should jump on this because the power sale. Power sale is just unfortunately somebody's defaulted on their mortgage, and whatever lender, whether it's like a big bank or a private mortgage, is reclaiming the asset and trying to sell it to recoup. Doesn't mean they're going to sell it for whatever they have owing. Like just use an easy number. The property's worth $1 million and they lent 500,000. It doesn't mean that they can sell for 500 because that would be a great deal. It doesn't mean that they can sell for 500. They actually have to sell at market value. And so we as agents and brokerages that represent these power sales, we give the lender information about value, and the lender, to protect their own butts, basically, that they have to put it on the market for what it should retail or at market
What the
value.
value is, market value.
So, you would list it at the $1 million, try that out, and then if it doesn't sell, you may want to reduce it, and then eventually, after some time that you've exposed it, the property will sell, and the defaulted person might not go after the lender because they've done everything in their power to properly market it and put it on the market. So it's not always a great deal, power sales, and
Depends on, I guess,
But basically,
between you,
you're
the realtor, and everything.
well, it depends. You have to expose the property, like and then whatever it does sell for, the lender will recoup all their costs, get the funds back, and then the balance will go back to the defaulted person.
yeah.
And
So
that's
basically,
the portion. And then if they're not getting the right amount, they can come after the lender and they'll say, look, you just sold it to get your 500,000 back in that example. And that's a misconception about what a power sale is. So it's definitely got to be exposed for a duration of time. And we're going to have Haim on one of our next
that's a
episodes.
great idea.
We gotta
he,
drag him
he is the power sales specialist
in our
so
office.
So
yeah.
now, when you have a power
I don't know.
sales
I
situation,
haven't seen him in a long time. One day I hope I see him soon.
Yeah,
I know, me
it's been
too.
4 years I haven't seen him, so hopefully I get to see that beautiful
it's okay.
face.
We're gonna make sure he's gonna be on the next one.
Yes.
So another thing that maybe piggybacks off of it is, do you have to get an assessed value on this power of sale?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Everything needs to be assessed. Like even when we're selling your house, it's not a power sale. Like we have to give you an opinion of value. But
No,
more
that's an opinion.
Yeah, but it's still like an assessment. But an actual appraisal, they'll probably order many appraisals to determine the value because again, the lender's going to protect themselves because at the end of the day, when it sells and they recoup the funds, the defaulted party can go after the lender. So there's going to be appraisals, there's going to be opinions of value from realtors, there's going to be appraisers. They coincide and they determine what a listing amount will be and the realizable selling price. And you need more of that information to back yourself up should a lender be like, I don't know, somebody going after them, like the defaulted going after them. So
Beautiful. Sam, I got another word for you that I hear quite often, and I don't know if people truly understand what it means. Contingency. What is a contingency on a property or on a investment property or something along the lines of real estate? Don't touch the mic.
Contingency basically is like a what's it called, a clause basically,
Okay. What's a
right?
clause?
So it's basically something that protects you when you're buying or selling, that you write an agreement that everybody kind of agrees on. So
Almost like a sold as is.
no, so sold as is where it is. It's kind of like going back to power sales. You're gonna buy the house the way it is. There's no warranties.
Gotcha.
So we can't give you a warranty if the fridge, stove, all that. We never live like.
It's your responsibility, basically.
Yeah. So basically, if you're buying it from an end user, whereas as is we're not giving you any warranty either. Just so this is the house, this is the way you're
So
buying it.
contingency is more like, if
I
you're
don't
buying
even
this
know,
house, this is what's going to come with
I
it.
don't even think contingency is the right word.
Well, it's like it's kind of like a clause, right? Like contingent on the sale of.
Conditional, you mean?
No, contingency.
I don't. We don't use that often.
Well, I think it's more of a thing they use in the U.S.
Yeah, like I don't think it like.
So what's
Like-
the equivalent
like-
here then?
Like escrow, closing escrow. in
So what's the
US. We don't-
equivalent here then?
Like I don't even understand like the word contingent. Like we're gonna cut this out, but contingent like is when something depends on something else.
That's what it means.
But we don't have that in real
You
estate.
don't have that in real estate?
Not really. What do you mean contingent? Nothing's contingent on anything.
Well, unless it's
No, like I mean, it's either you got an agreement for sale.
What about if someone says, all right, you got a pool. I don't want the pool.
Yeah.
So we have to work something out here. It's
That's-
basically contingent on if you make a deal with this guy with this pool
so it's
situation.
just like a clause.
Okay, let's.
It's
change the
not.
word.
Yeah, like, it's not really like we can talk about like sold conditional, like that SC and like sold conditional.
conditional.
So we
Okay,
can do
ready?
sold conditional. Hold on, what else can we do? We can do sold conditional really quickly. We
We can do suspended. We can do
Suspended.
terminated.
What about foreclosure?
Well, that's the same. Foreclosure and power sales is the same idea.
Okay.
Where we don't really different. We don't have like a.
So foreclosure is more for the U.S.
Yeah, again, we're definitely power sales. We're not doing foreclosures.
Okay.
You can talk this.
Go ahead, go cut
It
it.
takes a lot. The foreclosure is different because the power of sale, if there's anything left over, which there never is because they eat it, but so then the old owner would get it. Foreclosure, which takes a lot longer to do. It's still foreclosures in Toronto, but the seller he would keep whatever's left over.
Ah.
He doesn't give it back, so that's the difference.
Yeah, but they're all
No one ever does foreclosure.
yeah, it's all power sales here in Canada, most likely, right? Like we don't do foreclosures.
It takes too long, much too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's harder to get a written possession.
So what was the other one that you just mentioned?
Well, when we're doing deals now, like there's acronyms on the listings that describe certain conditions, like
Let's talk about those acronyms.
so we got like the sole conditional. Sometimes that
What does that
people
mean?
have. So the sole conditional, like what else is there? Like terminated, suspended. Sometimes people are confused about those terminologies.
DOM,
Like
days on
Terminated
market.
days on
What is that?
market. So DOM, like when you're looking at the listings we provide you, if we're sending you emails with prospect matches and we're trying to send you some information about real estate, sometimes you'll see people are like want to know how many days on market, and the acronym DOM means days on market, and that kind of determines if there's more motivation or not motivated, how long have they been on the market, how many times on the market, and that brings us to like extended and terminated listings. So extended means that like it's past a duration of time on a listing, and then they basically extend it. So sometimes you'll see a EXT on a listing, which means it's just been extended. The other one is suspended. Suspended and terminated become interchangeable, but they are quite different.
Yeah.
Like terminated means
It's
like
off the
it's off the
market.
market. Like
Yeah.
the vendor doesn't want to sell it.
Suspended is that
like,
they can go back and talk about price. Anything can happen. Chances are,
it's just not you're not able to view the property. It's
Right.
kind of off the market, but it's still under contract.
So we're gonna play a game. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna give you the acronym, and you're gonna guess what it is. You should know what it is.
okay, as long as it's not U.S. terminology.
Nah, don't worry about it. Okay, ready? Sam.
Yes,
FSBO.
for sale by owner.
Nailed it. Dave, are you ready? This is gonna be fun. MLS.
Multiple listing services.
That's too easy.
Come on.
Sam. CRE.
CRE. Oh my God, that's the
CRE.
Canadian Real Estate Association.
Canadian Revenue Agency.
Nope. It is the commercial real estate.
Oh, commercial real estate.
Okay, don't put that in. Crop that out.
No, that's staying in for sure.
No, it's not.
Dave. APT. Come on, man.
APT. I don't know.
Apartment.
Oh my god.
All right, ready? Here we go. CMA.
Comparative
market.
market.
There it is.
Yeah.
And one more. I'll give you guys one more. FDR.
FDR.
Yeah.
No idea.
Formal dinner room.
Oh god.
Formal dining room.
Dining room.
It says dinner, but dining. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And guys, I gotta ask one thing now about these acronyms. Why? Why do we put acronyms?
To shorten things up, right?
Is that essentially it? Just to shorten up this very lengthy real estate
I
contract?
think that's all.
Yeah,
it is.
because they have.
But it's not so much the acronym. It's the fact that even when we expand and put the words to the acronym, people don't know what they mean. Like again, we talked about it. Like sole conditional. What does that mean? Well, like sole conditional means like it's sold with a deposit in place, but it's conditional on maybe a financing clause or inspection or sale of the vendor's home, buyer's home, and there's a timeline, and some people don't understand it. So that's why we're here to explain it. But
Okay. And you're not off the hook yet. Next one is ROI.
return on investment.
Okay. Sam? IRR.
Irrevocable.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. LLP.
See, what people might not even know what an irrevocable time is.
I didn't.
Yeah,
So I'm looking at these acronyms and not knowing what they are. I'm just looking at the definition.
Yeah, so that's why.
So do you know what an irrevocable is?
No,
so
educate me.
when we're submitting an offer on a property, and there's a timeline or time frame that the other party has to respond to it. So
Like in
that,
a timely fashion.
yeah,
Yes.
no, there's a time. Like so, if you
There's
don't
a time on the
respond,
contract.
if you don't respond by that irrevocable time,
It becomes
then
void?
it becomes dead. It
Technically.
becomes dead technically. So that's what irrevocable is.
Is that common in the real estate game?
Every
Every
has
deal
an
has a.
Oh,
Yes.
every deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't keep it open ended. You need to negotiate a deal. So if I give the other agent a sign back, they have to a certain time to respond.
Which
to it.
usually
And
is
that's
what,
called-
24 to 48 hours?
It could be. It could be even hours. Like I can sign back something today for midnight tonight. So it really depends on the situation. Like
But
if
that's
you,
on every contract.
every interaction in real estate with a contract has an irrevocable.
Even when you're renting.
And is this to show legitimacy, almost like let's take ownership of this deal and not
And
mess
there's-
around.
everything in real estate has to have a start and an end date, whether it's a condition, whether it's a time that we submit an offer, because we need to act in a certain time frame, or else it's infinite. So when are we going to respond to this, and who's going to be committed to the contract if there's no timelines, right?
I like this.
So closing
Good.
closing dates. There's dates for closing. There's dates for conditions. There's dates where people have to respond to agreements, and these are very important to contract anything, really, right?
Good.
Even to get a deposit, there's 24 hours. We need to
after
get a
acceptance,
deposit. Yeah. So if you don't bring a deposit, which is a fundamental part of the contract, the deal should be void, right? And so everything needs a timeline. That's where vocal.
Do you have to talk to the owners about all this?
No,
Like this has
What do you
nothing to
mean?
do with the
Depends who you're
owners.
res- who-
Like the
depends who
buyer,
you're
the buyer
representing.
or the
the
seller.
buyer. He's saying the
buyer
buyer.
or the seller. As a realtor, do you have to disclose this to the buyer or seller of the actual home and say, hey, by the way, they have
Yes.
12
Of course. So if
Yes.
you have to tell
course.
you have to tell whoever you're representing. So if you're representing the listing, you tell the seller. If you're representing the buyer, you tell the buyer. And the
I thought
and,
this is something just realtors do within themselves.
no,
No, it's
no, because if I send a sign back and you need to respond by a certain time as a buyer, I'm representing you as a buyer. Well, then you need to know, like Stefano, by this date and time we need to respond. So you need to know that too, so we
I
can
didn't know any of
get
this.
that. Yeah.
This is wild.
yeah.
This is wild. A few more, guys. LTV, Sam.
Oh,
Lend to value.
rent to value.
Hey,
Come on, man. Give me a chance.
That's all good.
Dave. ARM.
ARM.
It's very easy, man.
I thought it was anti-money laundering, but no. ARM.
Adjustable rate mortgage.
Okay.
No, that's not our field, but
Yeah.
that's more. That's more mortgages.
Okay. APR.
Approved.
Annual.
APR
Mhm.
annual.
Dude, this is in the car industry too. APR financing?
Oh, APR.
Approved.
No. Annual. Percentage
Rate.
rate.
APR. Okay.
Guys.
Percentage rate.
And last one for this episode is REO. Who's going to be the first one to say it?
REO.
REO.
I'm stumped. I don't know.
Real estate owned.
Don't really use that, do we? Is that the type of ownership? No, I don't know.
I don't know what the hell this is. It just
I
says
think-
REO, real estate owned.
That's U.S. No,
Are you
I don't
sure
know.
it's US?
I don't know. I
Why
don't
the
know.
hell is everything US today? Everything is US.
Because it's Google.
So, with that, guys, all I'm going to say is this. Do buyers and sellers need to worry about these acronyms, or do they need to hire a well-appointed realtor to understand this on their behalf?
You know the answer to that, Stefano. We're here. We're here to help you guys. So when you don't know, you call us, and that's why contracts. You know, you can get a lot of information online, but the know-how and years of doing this
Experience.
is where you benefit from a realtor, and that's why we can help you through this and make sure you're making a proper decision. And aside from the easy part of acronyms and making sure we get contracts done right, you know, it's the experience of negotiating too.
And
So
also protecting your clients.
yes, of course,
Right.
of course you need us. Call us.
Good. And with that, I have my own little acronym, and it's SMP, social media platforms. Sam.
Sam Genova Real Estate on Instagram.
And David Vitti, no, Z2 Fine Living Realty.
Until the next time.
Thank
See
you.
you next time.
Well done. That was a good episode.